There we go. Yeah! YouTube, what up? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Watts, and I'm Watson. As you can see, I'm getting my strength back. I feel a lot better. I was messed up over the weekend. Well, not really over the weekend. It was more so last week. I was messed up. I was sick, but I still was producing content. Not to the highest magnitude that I could have because I wasn't able to get as animated as I wanted to, but we was working and we was here. We was here for Money in the Bank / Worlds Collide weekend, and we thugged it out. We got through it, man. That's just what it's all about. But yo, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Quiet is kept. And I might get my back kicked in for this, but I'm gonna just be real. Chad Gable and Grande Americano, yo, they might be related or something like that because there's ice in both their veins. Quiet is kept. We can say whatever we want. All right. You know what? Scratch that. Scratch that. I just need about 5 minutes of your time right now to break away from kayfabe, and I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. Chad Gable is the best wrestler since Kurt Angle. I'm going to be real with y'all. This is how I feel. I'm going to die on that hill every single time. I might get my back kicked in. People might look at me like I'm crazy. Oh, yo, get this man out of here. What? I don't give a damn. Because we can look at the semantics right now. The fact that he's not getting treated as such as if he is the best wrestler in the world, it's beyond me. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. But if we talk about every gimmick that Chad Gable has gotten, he's knocked it out of the park. Let's talk about that. They've gave him shit, and he was able to create Flaming Young with it. Really and truly. And I was up on Chad Gable for a very long time. I was up on Chad Gable when he was up in NXT and he was running with Jason Jordan and they was the Alpha Academy and how they was putting on bangers. But my only thing that I kind of hate is that really and truly we know that Vince McMahon never believed in him. But now Triple H is doing the same thing. Height has to be a problem for Triple H because all of the dudes that can really go that short are not getting their just due. Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable. There's a couple of other people that I can name off but not off the top. But the truth is, a lot of the shorter dudes be nicer than the big dudes. But that's another story. That's another conversation for another day. We're talking about Chad Gable right now. And the fact that he was able to create shit with all of the gimmicks that they've given him. Yo, Ready, Willing, and Gable should have been something that transferred over from the NXT days to the main roster. And I tell you that, right? It would have gotten over. It would have sold a bunch of merchandise and it would have sent him straight up to the main event scene. It's not like he doesn't have the talent to be a main event guy. I just think that for some people, height holds him back. But if we look at it, this man is in a tremendous shape. Chad Gable is 39 years old and he looks like that. There's not a lot of guys at 39 years old that looks as good as he do. It looks like all he does is train, eat salmon, train again, do cardio, do more training, eat clean, and he gets ready for the match and he gets ready for the next destination that they've got to be at, and he puts on a show every time. Because I'm not even just talking about what he did this past weekend. He carried Money in the Bank. He not really carried the match with him and Vikingo because they worked well with each other. They looked really good. And honestly, I wouldn't mind if seeing Chad Gable do some more Triple A stuff, some more luchador stuff. Hell, I wouldn't even mind seeing him in NXT getting it on. Anything that's going to put eyes on Chad Gable and give him the type of respect and the type of push that he deserved and always deserved. Because he made it work when they just threw him with Shelton Benjamin and whatnot. When Shelton Benjamin came back, I guess they was trying to make like a World's Greatest Tag Team Part 2, but it didn't fall through. It didn't do what it was supposed to do. With Bobby Roode, he looked good with Bobby Roode. They cooked up as a tag team. I think they won the tag team titles as well. Everything that they've given he even found a way to make Shorty Gable work. And that's like the bottom of the barrel levels of disrespect on Vince McMahon part. But he made it work, and he cooked up, and he did what he needed to do to get from point A to point B. One thing that we didn't get to see that I wish we kind of got to see, we didn't get to see him in the cruiserweight division, because they kind of teased him being in the cruiserweight division briefly on 205 Live, but we never got that. And I feel like if we would have gotten Chad Gable in 205 Live going against guys like Buddy Murphy, going against guys like Cedric Alexander, Ali, going against guys like oh my god, how could I freaking forget this guy, man? Oh my god. It'll come back to me at some point, but all of these guys that he could have had Adrian Neville / Pac. If he would have had a match with Pac, that would have went crazy. Oh my, it's so many things that it's not anything that Chad Gable can't do. He's like the pure definition of that Jay-Z bar. He was like, put me anywhere on God's green earth, I'll triple my worth. That's literally Chad Gable right there. I'm not gonna as much as people try to deny him and act like I have a friend who I posted. I'm not gonna lie, like I said, quiet as kept. Chad Gable is the greatest wrestler of all time. I was kind of joking when I said that, but it's not too far off, because like I said, he's the best thing since Kurt Angle. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's him and Tavion Heights is up next for sure. Keep an eye on him. But a lot of these amateur wrestlers, or a lot of these Olympian wrestlers, not named, you know who I'm talking about. Not that guy. But a lot of these dudes be nice, and it's a smooth transition from that, like the amateur wrestling, the actual wrestling on the mat, to the professional wrestling. There's a lot of guys that can properly transition, and we've seen it. We've seen it literally with Chad Gable. The way he keeps his body and the way he takes care of himself is ridiculous. There's not a lot of guys with his work ethic, and I feel like they're not appreciating him the way they need to be appreciating him, and it's kind of crazy to me. It's kind of crazy because he's literally a man's man. He's a wrestler's wrestler, and him and the Creed brothers should be a lot further along the card than they are. But it is what it is. They got their favorites. Triple H got his little favorites and stuff like that. His favorite wears a singlet too, but he's not nearly as good as Chad Gable. But that's another story for another day. But from the bottom of my heart, I'm willing to die on that hill. Chad Gable is the best wrestler in the game today, bro. It's not Kenny Omega. It's not Will Ospreay. It's not CM Punk. It's none of these guys. It's literally Chad Gable. He's standing right in front of you. But that's just me. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to die on that hill every single time. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know if I'm talking crazy. Let me know if I'm the one crazy for saying this. I don't think I'm crazy for saying this. I feel like I'm spot on. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe. First and last time listeners, I appreciate y'all too. The people that's been down with me for a minute, we on that road to 1,000, and we almost there. We roughly, 340 something, 350, 360, I don't know. We're somewhere over there away from 1,000. So we going to do it. We're going to get there. You know what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.